as well. So this is Tablue public link. From here you can download it, Tablue public. So what you have to do is you have to click on download Tablue public. See, it is written download Tablue public. So you just have to click it. It will ask you some details. Just write your name, first name, last name, business email, okay, country, region. Then you can click on download the app and just start the downloading. The app would be around 500 MBs. Okay, so you can put it on download for now. And once it is downloaded, you just have to do next, 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 and install. That's it. You can use it on web as well, but the web version of Tableau is not as good as what we have in on if you have it in your laptop. The difference between desktop and tab and server, Tableau desktop and Tableau server, Ganesh, is what you're asking, right? Yes, yes, Abhijit, I'll be giving you the link for dashboard application as well. Okay. Yes, you can use your personal email as well. Try using your personal email, guys. It's fine. Just try, do it. Guys, please pay attention because people who have joined late might not know it, but I'll give you these notes. Okay. So if you are not, if you did not get anything, don't worry. I'll give you these notes. Okay. It's not possible for me to answer each and every question. There are around 1,500 people in the session, right? So understand my, constraints as well. Okay. Harish says an illegal choice has been detected. Please contact the site. Harish, probably try the incognito mode. Okay, cool. So I'll keep this downloading thing for you. Just keep the download in the background, and in the meanwhile, what we'll do is we'll understand the data that we're gonna analyze today. Okay, so let me just give you a simple data to understand, right? So what we'll do is we'll understand this entire thing, the entire case using a case study. Okay. So what we'll do is, meanwhile, just put it on download. Once it is downloaded, install it. But meanwhile, what we're gonna do is we're gonna understand the data that we have. So let's just quickly go to a new sheet and let me just show it to you. Okay. Let me just ask the need that is there from the business. Okay. So for now, think of that we are working for uh, for a company in the e-commerce domain. Okay. Since think of that you're working for a company that is in e-commerce and retail um, domain. Okay, so any company do you know which is in e-commerce and retail domain? Retail as well in India. Retail as in who has their offline shops as well. Reliance, can we talk about that as well, right? Reliance Smart. Nika, a very good example. Nika. Okay, so we have Nika, which has, I don't know the spelling. Okay, NYKAA or NYKA. Okay, we have Nika in both of these domains. So think of that you're working in Nika, and you're asked to get the factors that affect the sales and profit of the store. Okay, so for example, you're working with Nika, and the question is that analyze the factors that actually influence the sales of the store, sales and profit of the store. Now, from layman language or from layman understanding, what do you think could affect the sales and profit of the store? Do not go to marketing side and all. Okay, just tell me what exactly affects. So, for example, if I am staying in Delhi, okay, how the sales of Delhi people, like sales in of a Delhi store, will be different from a store in Mizoram, by the way. Okay, how do you think the difference would be? Like, what kind of difference would be? Okay, first of all, if you talk about climate, if there is a climate issue, so for example, Delhi people, we are in winters, right? So a season can affect the sales over here. Okay, because in Delhi the season is extreme, right? The festival, if we talk about North Indian festivals, right, are more. Even the festivals are more. So that means the date matters over here. Okay. When we talk about season, okay, again, this date comes under date, right? Season comes with some dates, right? Some months you will see more, sales that are going on, right? And similarly, if you talk about Mizoram, the season and date remains constant. Then comes the type of people, the consumer, what kind of consumer it is, right? So what kind of consumer it is. So if you see, there will be a lot of elite customers or people with good income and all, right? So let's say in Delhi it is more, in Mizoram it could be less. So that also matters. Season, this, that matters. Let's say cultural difference. And because of the cultural difference, uh, probably the category of things that are being bought in Delhi would be different from category that are famous in Mizoram. Yes or no? Tell me. Okay. Date, everything comes in season, festival. Okay. A lot of things come in season and festival. So, for example, big billion days in Flipkart, it's around November and December, right? So, I can expect the sales to hike over there. Population also matters, but we do not have that information. Let's say at a store level, do we have population? No, we do not have population thing, right? So, category of the product being bought. So, sales of furniture in Delhi will be more. Can I guess that? There are a lot of offices. There are a lot of available. Okay, it's called sample superstore dataset. I'll give you the link to download this file as well, which will give you the understanding of a store. So meanwhile, the download is happening, and the installation is happening in the background. What we will do is we will download this data. Let it load for now. Okay. Okay, this is sample superstore data. I'll give you the link of this as well. So let me just again bookmark it. Data set. Given the link on the top, you will see it. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to download this. So if you see this option, just quickly download this data. It is downloading. Oh, my internet speed is very bad. I don't know why. Guys, can you hear me? Is there any internet lag issue? Yeah, no issue, right? Okay, cool. So just open this data set that is given to you. Okay, so I'm opening it on your behalf. So video quality is poor. Loud and clear. Okay. I've already given you the download link, guys. I've already given you the download link. I've already given you everything over here, guys. Just please, that is what I said in the beginning. Please focus. Okay, let me change the connection. There could be a bit lag. Let me change my connection if you are hearing a lot of jitter in my voice. Let me just change my connection. Give me a second, guys. No lag, right? Okay, fine. Just let me know if there is lag and all, because a lot of people are saying there's lag. Okay, cool. So what we'll do right now is we will analyze the data that we have. Okay. So if you see the data set that I've provided it to you, what you will see is that there is a row ID given, there is order ID given. Okay, so order, so when you place an order ID is placed, right? An order ID is given. So an order ID is generated, order date, shipping mode, okay, the mode through which the shipping has happened. So it's a standard shipping. So for example, you can relate it with Amazon Prime delivery or normal delivery, right? Then the customer ID. So for example, I am, when I joined Amazon, I was their 50th customer. So an ID is given. Okay. Then come the name of the customer, again, the personal information, segment of the user. Okay. So for example, it's an elite user, or let's say if you have Flipkart, so there is a Flipkart Plus. If you're Amazon Prime customer, so that is what this segment is. Then comes country. city, again, very intuitive data. Okay, country, city, state, postal code, region. Okay, then comes the product ID. Now, product ID is the ID of a product, so unique ID of that product. Okay, voice gone. Guys, please do not deviate me. I'm with Payal. Are you there?
Yes, yes, Swaraj, I'm there.
Would it be possible for you to turn down the chat for some time? Guys, I'm just turning down the chat for some time. Just
Mhm.
with this, if you want to interact with me, just click on yes or no for some time. We'll turn on the chat when I think we have completed this concept. Okay. I hope this is fine. I'm turning down the chat. Pile, please do it as soon as
Uh,
you get
yes,
this done.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, cool. So, if you see that there are, categories given, product IDs given for every product, there will be a different product ID. It's a unique ID that is given. Then the category in which that product ID lies, the subcategory of it, the product name, sales, and see, these are the all intuitive features: the sales that are done, the quantity, discount that was provided, and the profit that you got by selling that product. So what you will analyze over here is a very important observation that I would like you to focus on is, if you just look into the first two rows, you will see the order ID is same. That means that the order was placed. Pile, can you go on mute? So that means that the order that was placed was one order, but the rows in which it is captured are two rows. Why there are two rows now? So let's just analyze this. And while analyzing, you will see that there are two different product IDs. Okay, so the two different product IDs means that in one order, two products were bought, and for those two products, two rows were created. So if I have to tell you the granularity of this data, now what is this granularity? Like the grain in which this data is divided. Okay, for what does one row signifies? So one row signifies one inside one order, the product, like it's that order and product ID level. Okay, so it doesn't matter which, the order it is. For every order, how many products were bought inside it. So the number of orders that the number of products that were bought inside that order will decide the number of rows for that particular order. Okay, so if I have to tell you the granularity of this, again, I will say it is at order ID and product ID level. So for each product ID, the rows will be decided by the number of product that has been bought. Okay, so if you see the product ID this and the product ID this, so these two are the deciding factor uh, for the rows for this order ID. Okay, if you see the quantity that is bought, it's something different. The quantity does not decide the number of rows. What decides is the unique products that are bought over there. So if you see the unique product that are bought are these two products. Okay, if you see their subcategory, it's books, bookcases, and chairs. So this is the quick understanding of how the data looks like. Okay, it's pretty easy. So don't worry too much. Don't go too much crazy on these things. Um, if you see, there are two more tabs in this Excel. Okay, so we just focused on orders, and that is where I would like to keep your focus on. For now, you can ignore returns and people. Okay, you can ignore these two tabs. Okay, it's not required for now. Only focus on the orders tab for now. Fine. So till now, what we have done till now is we have downloaded Tablue, we have installed Tablue, and since it was running in the background, that is why I'm not showing you that process because you guys are doing it. And meanwhile, while this installation and downloading was happening, we understood how the data looks like. We have gone through the problem statement. Okay, and now what we have to do is we have to answer. We have to make some questions first for the business. So now, what my business is expecting from me is that I have given you the data set. Now come up with some insights so that I can generate the KPIs. Okay, this is what is expected from me as a data scientist. Fine, all of you get it? Can you tell me yes or no? Quickly tell me, guys. Okay, a lot of people get it. For people who still have doubts, I will give you the notes. No, don't worry. You'll be able to replicate whatever we are talking. Great. Cool. So what we'll do is, for now, let me just close this tab, because now whatever we're gonna do, we'll be doing it on Tableau. So since you have downloaded the Tableau, how to open it? Very simple. Just if there is an option on your desktop, just open it. If you're using Mac, you can write Tableau public and it will start loading. It will take 10 to 15 seconds to start, because you're doing it for the first time. So again, it will take some time for me as well to do it. So if you see, it is written Tableau desktop public edition, right? And in on the top you will see public, Tableau public as well written. Over here you might not see anything because you are just starting with this process. So you might not see anything over here. So what you this is the first look of Tableau. If you want to see what all visualizations you can make, on the right hand side you can see the visualization of the day, to see what kind of visualizations are made by people who are using Tableau. Okay, so if I have to show you this, let me show you one visualization on the same data set. Okay? On the same data set, there are people who have made this dashboard. See, this is on the same data set. Can you see this? See this. So if you see, if I click on this state, all of the charts are changing. Can you see this? You can analyze sales, you can analyze profit. This is exactly what we will aim to make. But this dashboard would have taken around a month to be developed. Okay, because there are a lot of aesthetic changes that they might have done. Okay, it can easily take months to perfect this. But what we'll do is we'll make basic structure of the dashboard with the same functionality, and then you can scale it. Okay, once if I give you how to develop one chart, can you develop other charts as well? Yes, it's very basic, right? You just have to change the name of the column and other charts will be developed. So what I'll do is I'll give you the structure of how to generate these kind of dashboard, and then according to your creativity you can fill in some colors. You can make these things as well. Okay, it's very easy. So we'll develop something. Structure would be same, but it will be like sweet. More sugar you will add, more it will be more better it will taste, right? It will like it will good things takes time, right? A Rolls Royce takes around 6 months to be developed. A Hyundai takes around like what, 1 day to develop. So it's the same thing. It's kind of a Rolls Royce when we talk about dashboards. But what we are going to develop in this 1 or 2 hour session, right? We're understanding Tableau, right? So we will take some time to understand this Tableau, but once you spend some more time, you'll be able to develop much better dashboards than these. So that is what my aim is. So let's just start doing something like this, and see where we can reach by the end of the session. Okay, and for the people who are following me as in till now, who are able to follow, I have very good news for you, because in the before we after we go on a break, after we join back, there will be a quiz. Okay, and in that quiz some of the questions will be asked, and people who will be able to answer those questions, there will be goodies. Okay, about the goodies, it's mentioned in the pinned messages. If you see, there will be goodies given to the top, I think 5 or 7 people, and the goodies are also mentioned over there. So scaler will reach out to you, and you will be definitely able to see the leaderboard as well over here only. So you can take screenshot. So someone from the team will connect with you to give you the goodies. But what we demand is your attention in this session. So we'll keep if you see the recognition, if you see it is not able to recognize it perfectly. So what you can do is, you can just go to this drop down, click on this, and you can change it as well. Okay, change data type or something like that. You can do it easily. So you can change this from here. This much understanding I can expect that you all have. Okay, it's very basic. Okay, now this is where you have kind of uploaded the data. Okay, till now you were able to upload the data, very simple step. Okay, no, nothing major, no rocket science till now. So what we'll do is, After that, once we have uploaded it, we'll start making charts, right? We have to make a dashboard like that. And what is dashboard? Dashboard is a collection of charts. So first we'll build, we'll make the building blocks, and then once we build those building blocks, we will combine it in a dashboard to make it look good. Okay, this is what our our entire agenda would be of our today's discussion. So by the end of this session, you should have a similar, you should have a dashboard. Obviously, it can't be similar to what we saw because it took a lot of time and effort of the people who developed it, but we'll be able to replicate the structure of that. Okay, so we'll be doing everything from scratch over here. So what I would like you to do is, once this is uploaded, you have to click on this sheet one. Okay, it is written, and I've marked it using an arrow as well. Just click on this sheet one. Okay, and once you click on this sheet, on the left hand side, you will see some values, or you will see something written on this. And on the left hand side, you will see that there are a lot of columns. All the column names that were there in your Excel are mentioned on the left hand side. Okay, these are all the columns. And again, their inferred data type is also mentioned. So the city is recognized as a city. This country is already recognized as a country. If you see the date over here, all the dates are mentioned as dates over here, like are inferred as dates over here. Okay, sorry, or a date. Fine. But what do you see over here below? In the below section, you see something in green. Okay, you see something in green. What are these green things? So these green things are all the values which had numbers in it. So if you go back to your Excel, you will be able to see that all of these columns had some number in it. And what Tableau does is all the numerical columns, okay, all the numerical columns are dead in Tableau terms are called as measures. Okay, all the numerical columns in Tableau terms is called as measures, and all the measures are recognized and kind of shown in green in Tableau. But all these blue things are called dimensions. Again, the terminologies are not that important, but if you're, let's say, preparing for the certification and all, then these terminologies will help you. Okay, so dimensions are the columns that are categorical, okay, that do not have numbers inside it. And these numbers, I'm not talking about 1 2 3 4. These numbers can be in thousand, millions, in decimals as well, right? So all of these things are there. By the way, one important thing you might have noticed, that only these 3 4 columns are present. These are auto generated, so you don't have to worry about it right now. So you just focus on these 4 to 5 columns that were actually there in the the actual Excel. So till now, how many of you were able to follow me? We have done nothing, by the way. We have done nothing, but still, how many of you were able to follow me? Like a fraction of people are not able to understand. No worries. After seeing the notes, just focus on, like, what I can say is just focus on the screen for now. I'll give you notes that will help you in replicating what I'm doing. Okay. So don't stress too much on replicating right now. Stress on what is being told. Just focus over here. Keep a pen and paper with you. Try writing whatever you can get from here. Okay. Cool. So let's just start making our first visualization. But before that, what I asked, what I said that, uh, if you remember, that companies will give you just the data set. They will not tell you what exactly you need to do. Rarely you will see that companies, the stakeholders are coming to you with the exact requirement. Okay, rarely you will see it. But generally, what happens is, in a company, uh, all of the things are open ended. They don't know what to do with this data, and that is why they hire people like us. So what we'll do is we will help them in understanding what we can do with this data. So let's just go back to our file, and just we can talk about, since we know the columns right now, let's just talk about what kind of questions we can answer with this data. So what some of the questions that I see that can be answered is, since we have dates, right? And we talked about season and festival, and you guys helped me in understanding season and festival are important things, right? So can we see the trend of items purchased, or trend of not item purchase, but a relevant thing would be sales and profit, trend of sales and profit over time. Can we do that? Right, we can do this very easy, because we have date column. We saw order date, right? So what we need to do is we just need to get order date, and we need to get sales and profit. We have all these things, right, already available to us. So what we can do is we can make a trend of it. And how do we make trend of it? So if I have to give you a chart, okay, understanding of the chart, what we can do is we can put months and year over here, months and year. So for example, if we have data starting from 2014, so I can start from Jan 2014 till, let's say, December 2018. I can see the trend in profit. I can see the trend in sales. And definitely sales will be more than profit, right? Revenue will be more than profit. So this is the absolute value of what the profit is. Okay, so this is the value of what the profit and the revenue is, and these are the dates. I hope this makes sense. Yes or no? So if you want to see the trend of sales and profit, and whenever you see trend, whenever you see this keyword, okay, this is a keyword for you. Whenever you see this keyword called trend, always think of something we have to show as a line chart. Always. And how can you relate this? So if you know stock market, right? If you know stock market, if you want to see the trend of stock market, then also you see something like this. And I won't go to the candlestick chart, but you will definitely see something like this, right? So if you want to see the trend of a particular stock in stock market, the best way to analyze it is using the line chart, right? So this is a keyword. So wherever in interview, okay, it's very important to understand what the interviewer is asking. So if an interview comes to you and they're taking your interview for data visualization, and if they ask you if you want to see the trend of something, what chart you will use. So tell me, uh, will you be able to understand that it is a direct question on line chart? This is called line chart, by the way. Sorry, my handwriting is bad when I'm talking and writing. Okay, so keep on writing these things. Obviously I'm gonna give you the notes, but when you make your notes yourself, okay, that is where you will remember it. So this is the first thing that we can do. So let's just start doing this and see how easily or how difficult it is to make it on Tableau. Let's just go back. Okay, I think we don't need this right now. Let me just close it. Let's just go back to our data. And what I need to do is I need to make a trend, okay, a line chart, simple line chart. So if I have to make a line chart, okay, before that I need to make an X Y axis. This is X axis, this is Y axis, right? Okay. So on the Y axis, I have to keep sales and profit. And I'll get sales and profit from here. So this is sales, this is profit. What I'll do is I have to bring these on the Y axis. Simple. On the X axis, I have to bring the order date in months and year format. Currently, if you see the order date, it is in what format? It's a full date written, but I want to extract the month and year from it. So on the x-axis I will write the order date in the month and year format, and on the y-axis I will write the sales and profit. That's it, very simple. This is what you have to do. So how will we do it? So first of all, let's just deal with the x-axis. So if I have to draw x-axis, I'll drag order date from left hand side and I'll put it in the columns. Okay. So if you see, since the order date was automatically recognized as a date. Tableau has automatically consolidated it as year. But if you remember, in the original data, we have information like for every row, we have the full date, not consolidated at year level. But since Tableau has automatically inferred this column as a date, it is able to do the inference and it is able to consolidate. Now, in which format do we need it? So we need it in month and year format. So what I'll do is I'll click on this drop down. Okay, I'll just click on this drop down, and instead of year, what I'll do is I'll click on this month. Okay, this is month and year format. Okay, this is month and year format. I cannot click on this month because it will aggregate all the Mays for me. So there are 4 years, and there will be May. In all the 4 years, I will have May. Okay, so what this will do, if I click on this month, what it will do is it will aggregate the Mays, the data of Mays for all the 4 years. But I need the information at what level? Month and year level. So what I'll do is I'll click on this month over here. So as soon as I do it, you see, if you go on top of everything, see, it is a month of order date, and it is expanding, right? Like it is, it is kind of moving in the direction we need, right? So as soon as we go on the right hand side, the month and year changes. Yes or no? Tell me. Yes. Can you get it? What I'm trying to say? Okay. So we are successful in getting the month and year format over here. Now what is left? We need to get the y-axis. So this is our x-axis. Okay, this is our x-axis. We need to get the y-axis as well. Okay. So for y-axis, we need sales and profit. So what I'll do is I'll drag, let's say we need to make profit. So I'll drag profit from left hand side and drop it in this section. See, what I did was I just dragged profit from left hand side and dropped it in the row and see what happened. For every month of the year, I have the profit right now with me. And if you go, just hover on top of it. Hovering means just going on top of the chart will give you for which date what was the profit. Fine. Now we are good with profit. We need sales as well. So what I'll do is I'll drag sales, and since I need it on the y-axis only, right? We need two lines on the y-axis. So I will, what I'll do is I'll just drag this and I'll go to the y-axis. And as soon as you go to the y-axis, it will give you two scales over here. See, in green there are two scales. As soon as you see this, just drop it there, and you will be able to see sales and profit in one chart only. The orange ones, if you see, the orange ones are the sales and the profit are the blue ones, and definitely profit will be lower than the sales. And what if you want to get the exact numbers over here? What if you want to get the exact numbers over here? So what you can do is you can drag sales. Okay, drag sales from the left hand side, and if you see the marks section, marks means what do you want to, how, like these are the customizations that you have to do. So just drag sales from the left hand side, and since you want to label all these points, so what you can do is you can drag sales from left hand side and put it on labels and see what happens. You have sales for everything. Okay, can you see the sales, right? Atish, I've already given the Excel sheet. Just see the pinned message, you will see the data set over there. Okay, but what is better over here, showing the absolute numbers over here, or what if I put the name of the month and year over here? Showing the month and year would be good because that is consistent for both profit and sales, right? So if I have to show the month and year over here, I'll drag order date and put it in label. That's it. But again, since this is consolidated, right? What did you do over there? Over there, when you are making the x-axis, you went to the drop down, okay, and you chose what? Month and year format. So just click on this and you will be able to see everything in month and year format. So whatever you did while creating the x-axis, while putting this order date in the label, you have to do the same thing, and you will be able to see the month and uh, year over here. So with this, can you tell me? Okay, now Payal, you can turn on the chat for now.
No, yes, yes.
So with this, tell me which all which was that month when the revenue was high but the sales were not that high. November 2017, right? In November 2017, you can see the highest sales, but the profit is not the highest. We have seen the highest profit over here, which is, I think, if we go over here, this is December 2016, right? In December 2016, we saw, this is December 2016. In December 2016, we saw the highest profit, but the sales were not that highest, right? So the answer to my question is November 2017. November 2017 was that month where we saw the highest sales or revenue, but the profit was not that highest. So if you go back and if you want to write this insight, you can do that. And these are the insights actually the company is looking for. They are not looking for abrupt details like how it looks like and all, right? That is not their concern. Their concern is to highlight the anomalies that are there. So you can probably write your insights over here that November 2017 had the highest sales, but the profit was not that high, okay, as compared to the previous months. Cool. So you can probably do that. Sophia says, is the same concept of dual access. Okay, dual access is again another concept which is now easily handled by Tableau. Okay. So what exactly is dual access? It's from interview point of view. You want to hear it. So it's a bonus concept. Okay. If you can take it, take it. Otherwise, feel free to drop that thing for now because it's not as relevant as these things are what we have just discussed. So dual access is one more thing. So what I can do is for the people who are preparing for interview. So what generally happens is that you have one thing over here. So we have for now sales over here, right? So what generally people do is instead of dropping this, so we want profit as well. So instead of dropping this profit, okay, on this y-axis, what they do is they go to the row section and add it over here. Okay. So what happens there is that there are two charts that are made. Now to combine these two charts, what you can do is to combine these two charts, you can click on the below chart and click on dual axis, and now the combination happens. But what happens when you combine it? When you combine it, the axis for both kind of do not make sense, right? It doesn't make sense over here. These two axes do not make sense. So we have to make make them make them in sync. So how do we do it? We go to this right axis and click on synchronize axis, and now you will be able to see the same chart that we made previously and see how clean it is. So previously previously like we used to deal with this issue of dual axis, but now you can do it directly the way we did previously, like the day we did originally, the day sorry the way we did originally. Okay, so this dual access concept is generally asked in interview, but again since a lot of things are kind of now uh, taken care by Tableau, so it's not needed as of first process was very easy, right? First process, in the first process you just brought uh, if I have to tell you again, if in the first process you brought sales, dropped it in the column section, and if you wanted to show another measure over here, you brought profit, and instead of going to the rows section, I only went to this y-axis and dropped it over here, and I was able to get it right. So this is the trend start. Cool. And this is the way you do dual access. Again, this is bonus concept. You don't have to worry about it too much. Um, but if you were able to understand the trends thing, I think it is fine for now. Uh, oh, amazing. So we have one of the learners who enrolled in data science and actually was able to get a good outcome uh, for his investment, right? So we invited him to share his experience. Since you guys are also transitioning into this field, or even thinking about transitioning into this field, probably Mayank, who just joined us, will be able to help you in understanding whether this field is for you or not, and what exactly is exciting in this field, what kind of job prospects you have over here, right? So, Mayank, would you be able to share your experience of venturing into this data science thing?
Yeah. Hi, Suraj.
We'll
I'm
just
seeing
take
it
five.
after a long time.
Oh yeah, me too. But can I see you? I'm not able to see you. I don't know why.
Okay, okay. One
Mm.
second. Can you see me now?
Yeah, I can see you. I can see you. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Suraj. Yeah.
Hi,
Hi,
Mayank. How are
everyone.
you? Hi. Guys, please ask your questions. Mayank will. I'll take one or two questions that we can ask Mayank, because Mayank has recently transitioned into a new role. So probably he can help you, or help you answering some of your generic questions that you might have. Okay.
Yeah, so
Cool.
I saw someone asked me about education background. So, hi everyone. Let me give a brief introduction. I am Mayank, and I am currently working as front-end developer in TCS. And it has been now 3.5 years in TCS, and I am computer science graduate. And last year, I thought of joining Scalar for data science program, and now after 1 year I can seriously see a lot difference in myself in data science field, especially with deep learning concepts, which I was always fond of, and I always wanted to work in computer vision part. So I can really see a big gap now, what I used to know and what I now know. Yeah, Suraj.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So Mayank, can you? So you joined data science, last year, and it's been an year in this field, and you mentioned about the changes that you can see in yourself. What exact thing is currently needed in data science? I know there are a lot of courses. Let's say you can even do it for free, online, Coursera, Pluralsight, a lot of course, websites are there. What exactly do you think is a game changer in this field of data science? Like, what do you think will help people in getting placed?
Yeah, so actually, there are two main things which I found really helpful for me. That is, number one is the business case studies, or in other terms, those who doesn't understand, it is just a hands-on exercise where whatever concept you are learning, you have to uh, do a hands-on on it. Okay, through an industrial perspective, how business thing, how you can solve these business problem using all those techniques. And second thing which is really helpful here is mock interviews, right? Which are being taken by all the team members and all the mentors here. So the mock interviews are really confidence booster that yes, we know the concepts, we can explain the concept, the which is really important to explain these concepts what we have understood. So these two things are really important, which I found that after 1 year, these two things have built me a lot. So yeah, these two are the game changer for me.
Okay. So I see a lot of people from non-tech background, and since you were from the tech background only, so it could be that it was easy for you. Okay, so to understand what coding is, have you So you must be having your batchmates as well. How do you think a non-tech person, okay, it's a very different question, but how do you think a non-tech person can venture into this field without facing much issue?
Yeah, like I have one or two batchmates who are actually from sales background, and one of them is really senior to me, like 7 to 8 years experience. So even though they had no background of computer science or any coding, I don't think so. Coding was the main problem. The main problem was to understand the maths, mainly the logic behind the machine learning, why we are learning these things, and how business is helping them out. Right. So the math concept which was taught and everything which was taught was was built from so basic. Right. Even sometimes I felt that these classes are so boring. I know these concepts. Okay, but means at the later point I understood, right, the people who don't know coding or maths, this will be really helpful for them to at least build a foundation. So that was really helpful for them, I guess. And for me as well, as it was a really good revision for me too, writing basic data structures and algorithms and everything.
Hmm, got it, got it. So if I tell you one thing not related to Mayank, I just take 1 or 2 minutes of yours. Okay.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, you can read through the charts, and if you see if there is any question that you can answer.
Yes.
So it's not that everyone has to get a job. Okay. So when I was learning data science, right, I also took a course. Even when I was into data science, I took a course just not to get into a job, but my objective was to understand the algorithms from scratch, or from deep dive into the algorithms, so that when the opportunity comes, or let's say, since I my interest was in teaching, right, so when the opportunity comes for training and all, I should be well equipped with it, right. So I started this, the trainings and all, when I was in my previous company, Mastercard. So started taking these trainings and all, and it was all due to the course that I took, because without it I might not be able to adhere. My adherence would have been really low, because when you are working, right, at that point of time you actually need pressure from somewhere, so that you study. So at that point I took it because my aspiration was to deep dive into algorithms, so that I can use it. Let's say if I have to teach someone after someday, or let's say if I even have to build a project on it, I should have great understanding of why I'm using some algorithm in data science. Okay, so that was my motivation of taking a course. So if you even go on LinkedIn, I've already said, mentioned of the courses that I've taken, right. And that was when I was already in a data science job, right. So it's not all about the job that you want to take. It's sometimes about the skills that you want to acquire, right. So even if you're interested, if you're passionate about it, probably you will definitely not think about job. But if you are only coming here for getting a job, then probably it might get boring for you after 4 to 5 months, because that is what usually happens when you want a car and you get a car. After 6 7 months you get bored, right. So come here if you love data, come here if you would like to explore this, and if you're able to give 1 or 1.5 years at least in the learning of this, for the learning of this field. If you want to get fast results, 2 to 3 months, definitely it is not possible. But if you're looking to learn entire data science in 2 to 3 months, definitely data science is not the field for you, and definitely you will struggle and you won't get job, because data science is like it's a marathon. You can't do it in a day. You need at least a year to understand what exactly it is, right, and then you can expect a decent placement. Okay.
Yeah,
um
even to add on to you, like this is the common discussion we always had as a batchmate, that we are still at the foundation level while we were learning machine learning. As most of you who will be joining right after 4 months, you will be still learning basics of machine learning. You will be still way behind the deep learning concepts and everything. So I don't think so. That is the point where you can actually think of job. Just try to think, yes, I have to deep dive, I have to learn things. And I can guarantee you, if you are going for placement on your own, you can easily crack the interviews, you can easily explain the concepts, you can easily grab the job. I am telling you with my own experience.
Yep. And definitely placements are happening, guys. Mayank is in the the mock interviews are happening for Mayank and on the all the teammates. So once the mock interviews are done, all the you start getting mails for the companies that are hiring. So definitely we can help you in with the interviews, but cracking those interviews, I think that is your job. It's not our job. So uh, no company can guarantee you placement, but they will assist you in placement. And even IITs do not guarantee you placement. A lot of people I've seen who are unplaced after IITs. It's not about you join some course and you get a placement. Okay, so join only if you think that you'll be able to adhere for at least 1 year. Okay, Mayank, you can drop your LinkedIn. If someone wants to connect with Mayank, or if any alumni of Scalar or people who got placed, Payal can launch a poll, and you guys can connect with the people who already got placed in the data science domain, who are in the data science domain already. Okay, they can help you in understanding this field and help you in kind of making a right decision for yourself. So just take the poll if you want to connect with them. If
And
you are
one more
fine with
thing I
it,
would like to add, I guess you missed out. These sessions will be candid session. Only me or any other learner will be with you. No scalar person will be there. So you can have easy, candid conversation and get a true feedback out of
yeah.
it. Yeah,
Amazing. Mayank, I think you can drop your LinkedIn. But
yeah,
again,
sure.
guys, do not spam Mayank for the questions. But uh,
Yeah, there were a lot
again,
of questions. So
if
it will be really good if you poll yes and join, and you can ask alumni. There are a lot of alumni
yeah,
there. Yeah.
okay,
So thanks,
cool,
Suraj, for having
amazing.
me.
Yeah, thanks, Mayank, for your time. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So guys, after this, we'll take a break. Okay, we'll take a 10 minutes break over here, and we will join back. I'll give you a quick refresher of what we did till now. Session is not over, it's a break. Okay, and this after this break, we will continue for 40 minutes, and we'll complete this entire thing. We'll wrap up this entire thing, and we'll deploy it on the server, and then we'll call it done. Okay, so we'll come back after 10 minutes, and we will start from where we left. After 10 minutes, we will have a quiz. Okay, as promised, there will be a quiz. Um, and the end result of it, you already know. People who will be able to um, uh, you know people who will be able to kind of give right answers, they'll get the goodies. Fine. Meanwhile, you guys can answer to the poll. Currently it is 9:22, right? We will be back around 9:35. 9:35 sounds good. 12 minutes break. Yes, you will get the notes after the session is over, by the way, but the session is not over yet. We are going on a break of 10-12 minutes. So let me just write it over here so that you do not forget. So will be back by 9:35. So we'll resume at 9:35 p.m. Okay, I'm just keeping it on the screen. Okay, till then, people who have questions, I'll keep the chat on. Your peers can answer you. Okay, but do take a break, 5-10 minutes, so that you can sit for next 40 minutes and get it done.